Today, in this series, I'll be drawing different type of Miku figurine, starting with this 2021 Lunar New Year figurine. Please comment down your favorite Miku figure you want me to draw. Rough sketch is basic view of the composition. This helps with the placement of the composition ideas. The line flow will be in a triangle shape. This will help make the viewers target the face. And as for the pose, I chose to do a perspective with the angle of Miku holding a lantern since of the figurine. In this art piece, I didn't have a clear plan, so I mainly winged it. I drew circles of other objects in the background, such as lanterns. Once I got the overall sketch, I rotated to make things more interesting, along with any quick adjustments. Now that we have the overall sketch of the composition, it's time to do the sketch. I lowered the rough sketch opacity and added a new layer above for the sketch. I sketched out all the concepts in this art piece such as the hair, clothes, lanterns, and objects. I mainly kept this rough to get the ideal shape. For the hair, I wanted to do a flowy look to make the art piece have a sense of flow, to make it less stiff, flowing towards the right side, with lots of loose, flowy hair strands. Now drawing the clothes, I kept it messy to get the ideal shape of the clothes. The hand was quite a struggle since I didn't have a clue on what to do or how to draw it, so I kinda let it be to be a placeholder. I added a new layer for the background. Comparison plays a big role in composition, which means size comparison, which helps what's forward and what's behind. The space comparison helps with choosing the right space, distance, and the objects behind the background. Adding two fish lanterns, one top left and another bottom right. This helps with balancing the art piece. You can see the comparison like drawing the fish lanterns, bigger and thicker lines to show what's forward, and all the background objects at the top left to make the viewers look at. For the sketch layer, I put it into a folder for organizing, renaming the folder to sketch, and lower the sketch opacity for Lineart. Now doing clean line art to make it easier for drawing a composition. Adding line wing, which is when the line is thicker for showing shadows. This line art was very time consuming, which was the mistake. I was trying to be a perfectionist while doing line art. Line art took the most time for me in this art piece. Line art sizes plays a huge role in the art piece, the character being the primary object, which is the main focus. As for the background objects, they are the secondary objects which help the art piece to top it off and make it look busy. Now I duplicate the line art folder for the base color. Using the lasso fill tool for the base, using the color gray. I use the color gray because it's easier for me to place down the colors. Now placing the flat colors. Now I duplicate the folder for the lighting. Now I add a new layer, clipping mask, and set it to multiply. Adjusting the colors. Now again add a new layer, clipping mask, and set it to add. Placing down the light source. I went ahead placing the light source on a top angle. I had the light source above, where you can see the hair shadows on the face. Placing the light source, I try to think it as it's a 3D shape. Hey, I noticed you reached halfway. I really like if you like and comment blueberry to see if the real one's there. While you're here, have this blueberry as a treat for making this font. duplicating the lighting folder and renaming it to render. Now I add the midtones, blending the shadows and the light source. I redefined, outlined, and added more hair strands to show how flowy the hair is. I rendered the face, placing the blush on the face softly, with a red saturation tint on the face to make it look more alive, and a sweet expression. Rendering and blending more by color picking around to make sure the colors of the art piece doesn't look off. Now running the gold aspects, adding darker shadows and outlines. With a harsh, vibrant yellow highlight since the rendering texture is metal. I added a new layer above, placed down a blue tint on the shadows. The blue is vibrantly showing, so I lowered the opacity to make it look less harsh. Added a new layer above, set it to Clip Max and Overlayer, choosing a vibrant orange for the rim light between the shadows and the light source. Now I added a gray flat color on the part where I don't want the viewers to focus at. This helps with showing perspective on what's behind. For the background objects, I render one lantern and copy and paste since I don't want to render each individual lantern. This proves to work smarter rather than harder. Now I went ahead and added a gray base for the lanterns that are further distance. Adjusting the opacity, the more visible it is, the more further distance it is. Now I went ahead and added a new layer, adding more details on the art piece. Adding texture using the IbisPaintX free textures, which helps make the art piece look more detailed. Or in the background to make the viewers focus on Miku. Now adjusting. For the background, I chose a vibrant blue to make the character pop more since it is orange. This is because of complementary colors. Airbrushing the vibrant blue and yellow on top of the face to make it pop more by setting it to overlay. Airbrushing the vibrant blue on the shadows such to give more color, and added more details and so on the character's face to make the viewer focus at. Tested some overlayers and filters to see what works well for this art piece. I went on Pinterest for overlayers, searching light, flowers, overlayers, and etc. Trying them out and testing what works best for this art piece. Downscaling the blue background for a white border. I thought it would be interesting to add these in most of my art piece to make it more recognizable. Added my hidden watermark on the lantern. adding additional aspects to make the art piece more detailed and busy, adding flowers around the corners to make it more lively, adding Zangyun, no, not from Genshin, auspicious clouds, which is Chinese stylized clouds, decorated patterns that symbolize good fortune. You probably see it in paintings, adjusting the colors and the blending modes. Finishing the art piece with coloring filters to coordinate the colors together, making final adjustments, touching up with vibrant yellow sparkles around the art piece. And finished! That's all I did for the art piece of this Lunar New Year figurine. I hope you learned or enjoyed me drawing this Miku figurine. Until next time, goobers, bye!